I have a clip here of Diddy's sex worker explaining in detail how he first met Diddy and Cassie. Let's get into the news.
Me up. She says, "Listen, this girl saw your pictures and she's in love. She wants you to come over." I'm like, "Word." Shorty tells me the girl sounds like she looks amazing. I said, "All right, give her my number. Let me talk to her." Whatever. She sends me Cassie's number. She gives Cassie my number. Before I could even call Cassie, Cassie calls me. "Hey, what's up, Dave? Yeah, what's going on?" She's like, "Yo, I saw your pictures. I like what I saw. Is that really your, manhood?" "Yeah, that's mine." She's like, "All right, I'm in the London hotel in New York. You want to come see me?" We go through the subtleties, and I'm called to the London. That's the first time I meet Cassie.
In another video, I seen the other sex worker allege that Cassie had set up that shit too. So I'm really starting to believe that she's not really a victim in all of this shit. In some form or fashion, she is. With the domestic violence shit, she is a victim of that. But you could have got out of that also. And then you are setting up these sex escapades with you and Diddy.
And when you first met her, how did that go?
When I first met her, it was dope. I was obviously surprised by how beautiful she was. I never expected a woman that gorgeous to open the door. Never. I remember when she opened the door, I was so stuck. I was looking at her like, wow, look at this woman. And she actually had to speak to me just to snap me out of it. Like, "Yo, bro, hey, Dave." I'm like, "Oh, what's going on?" So it was a lot to first see her, and it immediately put my guard up because she was too attractive. I'm like, why is this woman paying some guy to come here and give her a massage?
The other sex worker, the bald-headed yellow dude, said the same thing when he first met her, that they were both stunned by how beautiful she was.
She could get anybody to get her a massage. Why does she want me to get her a massage? And I would find out later it had nothing to do with a massage. She wanted me to give her the works.
So how did she first bring that up to you, that she wanted to have sex with you?
Let's see. I walk into the suite with her, beautiful suite. I'm sitting in the living room. We talk for a few minutes. She offers me a drink, whatever. We're just like basically getting to know each other. She then says, "Let me see what you're working with." I said, "Okay, cool." By then I was a little drunk. I had a few drinks. I'm like, "All right." I show her. She starts salivating. She's like, "Yeah, that's what's up." She says, "All right." She takes out a joint. She passes me a joint. This is when she tells me that her husband is there and he wants to watch.
Man, this nigga just said when he pulled out his goddamn piece that she start foaming and salivating and mouth got wet. Man, come on, bro. You can't tell me that bitch that hard up for dick to where as soon as you pulled your piece out, this bitch mouth got wet. And how the fuck you know this bitch mouth got, I mean, come on, man. He got, I don't know if I believe that part, bro.
Now, prior to this, she never told me she was with anyone else. She tells me at this point that he's there, he's cool, he's into her being satisfied by guys that are larger than him. He's really into the lifestyle. She starts to explain to me that they're swingers. They do their little, like swinging stuff. She asked me, did I have a problem with him watching? Now, considering my past clients, I had no problem with him watching because I had done this with the 3 or 4. I actually think I had like 5 solid clients by then. And usually when husbands called me to give me their wives, they usually watched the first encounter if it went to a sexual encounter. So they would basically sit in the room and watch to make sure their wife is safe. So when, Cassie said this to me, I was kind of, I want to say, numb to the situation of someone watching me from a voyeur standpoint. He was really quiet. He had his face covered with a baseball cap. I think it was Pittsburgh because it had a yellow P on it, and a bandana wrapped around his nose and his mouth.
Now, what I don't understand is, as a man, what type of man is you if you want to see your wife get destroyed by a nigga Peter 2 times bigger than yours, fam? Why would you want to see your old lady get destroyed by a nigga and you beating your meat to it in the corner like a little weirdo?
He spoke to me like, yeah. I said, yeah. Barely said a word. Immediately grabbed a bottle of baby oil, went to the dark corner, sat in the corner. Cassie comes up to me. She starts talking to me, complimenting my body, my chest. She asked Diddy, can she begin? Can she touch me? He told her no, put the baby oil on. And that was my education that night into how the next 8 years would be.
Obviously, from a sexual standpoint, he must have liked it too if you dealt with it for 8 years, bro. I don't really know what to think about Diddy other than that he is a fucking freak, and I'm not really into that type of shit. I don't understand why you just want to see some shit like that. Well, anyway, tell me what you guys think. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys back here in another video.